Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Bloodborne OST reaction video, where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the more I've just thought about it, how many bosses have we still got to talk about once we're finished today? Because if we're done with today, then that means we still got Vicar Amelia, or Vicar Amelia. So we've got her. Then we've got Lawrence, that one guy who's on top of Canehurst Castle. I think he's like, oh god, what was his name? I'm certain. By the time we get to him, we'll talk about it. So that's three. What else have we yet to talk about? Him, Lawrence, Lady Maria, the Orphan of Kos. Oh god. Gehrman, the Moon Presence. Good lord, have we only got like 7 bosses left to talk about? Good lord, I know there must be at least 1 or 2 more out there, but I can't really think of the top of my head. But that's perfectly fine anyway, because we get one of absolutely one of, I think, the most underrated boss fight in Bloodborne. One of the most underrated of all of From Software's games, the Shadows of Yharnam. Why is this? Because it's not the first triple boss fight you've faced in this game in these games, but it is the first triple boss fight that actually has a second stage. So, for example, the Shadows of Yharnam are like 3 NPCs. One that has can launch fire into the air, one that attacks you with a sword, and one that has like a whip, to my knowledge. And once you've killed like one of them, or you get one of them to about half health, all of them will start groaning and their heads will like explode, and their heads are literally full of snakes. And it starts like doing more damage, and a lot of their moves gets buffed. It's like when, you know how your weapon in this game has like 2 modes to do light and heavy attacks? This is sort of what they go for. They buff out the heavier attacks, and by the time you fight only one of the shadows, it can summon up like a series of snakes that literally... It's borderline inspires for things like Mesmir the Impaler much later on in Elden Ring. So for the mechanics, the boss, the arena it takes in with, it's basically just like a dumping ground of gravestones, lamps, small hills. Basically the perfect place to be overwhelmed by at least 3 bosses. But it's perfectly fair. It's perfectly balanced. The whole thing when their heads start attacking you with these giant snakes is a little bit unpredictable, all things considered, but it all stems to a lot of different things. That there's entire forces working counterintuitive to the goals of the hunters by literally being on parole out all across Yharnam. And this is the first time when you've really had to face this sort of council face to face. And, well, just the creepiness again is you enter the fog gate, and these 3 things come out of the fog on the other side as though they are coming out to join you, to face you in battle. And good lord, is this really atmospheric. we may as well just finish it. And just like the blood-starved beast we talked about before, the fight starts out with feelings of what I can only best describe as of terror, of being hunted down. Because remember, you're facing 3 opponents in this, so you start off by becoming overwhelmed, and then towards the end of it, you absolutely can go toe to toe, but even one of them is enough to cause you problems. But it's the dread, the fear that sets in on the shadows, because all of a sudden you can demonstrate through precognition, insight, the ability to do more damage than they can, is that shadows can evaporate under the spotlight. And that's one of the most bizarrely fantastic things in this, is that you feel overwhelmed. You feel like there's no hope and there's no way to stop, even if they're the same size as you. But when you face them head on, is there anything they can really do to stop you? Not really, because, well, you could just do it time and time again. And you can only try sometimes in these games, and that's how it's gotta be, eh? And before that being said and done, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed the Shadows of Yharnam OST, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.